while we're here, why doesn't everyone give Mr. Keller a round of applause? It's his last day at HMS. He's going to cry, guys. Just watch. Watch. He may cry. If you clap really loud, he may cry. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Keller.
Thank you, everyone. Good morning. Yes, as Mr. Bates says, as you probably know, this is my last year at HMS. It has been an honor and a pleasure to be your principal for these 3 years. I think a lot of my tears are dried up, so there might be some coming later. But so I want to say a couple of words this morning welcoming you. So grade 8 students, the adventure that most of you started 3 years ago when you entered HMS as much smaller, much younger, and certainly much quieter versions of yourselves ends in just over an hour. You experienced HMS at a unique time, coming to us in grade 6 and we were preparing to treat you like every other HMS class to travel through these doors. Little did either of us know that in March, the world would change, and so would everything about your next 2 years of school. The rest of grade 6 was spent learning from home, and then most of grade 7 was spent with half your class seated in the same room all day long. Throughout it all, you were asked to be flexible and roll with it. It's not like you really had a choice, but nonetheless, you made it through, persevered, and in most cases, did so with a smile. You were already aware of how COVID affected our lives in other areas. Several years ago, before you came to HMS, we had a presenter come to and speak to our school community about the power of groups. She shared with us the incredible power that people have when they come together. That power can be positive or it can be negative. As individuals, we have the ability to make a choice to come together in groups and achieve incredibly positive, constructive things. We saw so many examples of this throughout COVID. Do you remember the images we saw from Italy where people were singing from balconies during the nationwide lockdown? Or how families were able to connect in ways never before possible? We figured out how to celebrate special moments with car parades and street dance parties. Companies shifted seemingly overnight from the products that they were making to begin making hand sanitizer and PPE. And yet, throughout our history, there are examples where people have been influenced as part of a mob mentality, making destructive, not constructive choices. Journalist, author, and public speaker Malcolm Gladwell tells us about group dynamics and how some groups work together in what he calls weak link groups, and others that look to one person to impact and inform the will of the group in what he calls strong link groups. Now, I know you're thinking that strong is best and weak is not, but that's actually not the theory here. Strong link groups are ones where the strength of your group depends upon one single person. That one person carries so much influence that the entire team or group follows their lead. If that person is joyful, then we're all joyful. If that person is critical, then we're all critical. Weak link groups, on the other hand, rely upon everyone. To use a sports analogy, the best soccer teams in the world, most of them would be considered weak link groups, as the vast majority of scoring opportunities are developed from a series of scoring opportunities the majority of scoring opportunities are developed from a series of passes that typically rely upon nearly everyone on the field. Their success, therefore, is dependent upon the strength of the weakest player on the field. I'm hopeful that each of you in this room will strive to be that very thing, a weak link group, relying and depending upon each of you. Your success for the next 4 years will only be as successful as each of you strives to make it. You have tremendous potential. I've had the pleasure of watching you grow. Growth, of course, comes with mistakes and pains, but if we remain focused on the goal of finding success, treating each other with respect and kindness, as a class, you will be able to achieve great things. When you depart HMS today at 11:20, the opportunity to be a force for good in our community, in the schools, is in front of you. We've all seen firsthand the potential that you have as a group. I ask you to think about how you want to use your power as you begin your high school career. When a member of your class drifts from the goal, have a conversation with that person. Be willing to call that person out and support the person in need. Congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you for your resilience, your perseverance at Hopkinton Middle School. I look forward to seeing and hearing of your accomplishments in high school and beyond.
Good morning, class of 2026. How are you? So as many of you know, this is also my final year here. I'm getting a little choked up thinking about it. I've only been here 2 years, but I've learned so much about all of you, and I can't say enough. I would like to just take a moment to say how proud I am of this class. Out of my many years in education, I could confidently say that this class was not only one of the smartest, most hardworking, dedicated classes that I've ever had been a part of, but you also gave me a run for my money at times. Thank you for all of your accomplishments here at HMS, and good luck with all of your future endeavors. So let's jump right into the awards, okay? So can I have the related arts teachers come on up? And let's give them a round of applause.
All right. Mrs. Brummett's Media Arts Award goes to Ryan Click. He is a creative. He's receiving this award because he has always been a creative problem solver, has tackled challenges with a positive attitude and determination, and he is pleasant, polite, kind, and full of integrity, a very positive presence who improves any classroom he walks into. Congratulations, Ryan.
Just click next.
Aren't these cute Frozen pictures? Yay! So my award is going to my friend Jordan Richard. Not just for how she shines on stage since 6th grade, but also she's kind and thoughtful and helpful to others, and resilient and determined to overcome challenges. I'm so proud of you and how you've grown on stage. So congrats, Jordan.
Good morning. The Engineering and Robotics Award goes to Andy Lee. Andy showed exceptional skill in robotics. He used sensors in creative ways, and he thinks outside the box. He did amazing. Good job, Andy. The Art Award goes to Ray, who I love. She is a wonderful student and a great classmate. She's hardworking and thoughtful, and I enjoyed having her in class these 3 years.
So Mr. Dodge and I thought, went back and forth an entire weekend about who was most deserving of this. There were about a dozen or so names that we were bouncing around. People that were brand new to band this year, brand new to the school this year, picked up new instruments this year. Everyone came in and worked incredibly hard. And if we compare where we ended the year to how we started the year, we could have given this award to everyone, but we chose Amelia because Amelia has taken advantage of every opportunity to participate in ensembles outside of school, jumping in with the high school, and is always one of the people here at the beginning of rehearsal, setting up, and one of the last people to leave, breaking down. So thank you, Amelia.
So there's no element of surprise here. Okay. So again, I had several students where it took me a while to figure out who I was going to give this award to. I picked Ishan this year because he has been so amazing. His enthusiasm for violin has really grown this year. He's always playing, he's always coming in the room, asking questions, talking about different things, and just always kind of pumping everybody else up in the room. So I gave my award this year to Ishan Patel. Where is it?
Hi, folks. So Ms. Nielsen couldn't be in the room today, so I'm presenting this award to Anna Burke on behalf of Ms. Nielsen and Chorus Award. So, in thinking about the General Music Award, I definitely chose, I think, one of the strongest people I know. For those of you that know anything about the 8th grade General Music curriculum, we focus a lot on social change and social justice, and I think Cliff will absolutely be a warrior for social justice for years to come. Congratulations, Cliff.
Christos, you worked really hard during 5K training. You did it very independently. It was amazing to watch transformation during 5K. During the games elective and racket sports, it was fun to watch you play. You really have a positive attitude, and you really love to play just for the sake of playing. Congratulations.
All right, Maggie, where are you? Oh, Maggie, you're awesome. I never had her until this year, but she can jump double dutch, she can do a sun salutation, and she can play basketball. And she was just a joy to have. So good luck at your new school next year.
Lila, where are you? All right. So I chose Lila this year because she was always willing to try new things, and I saw her grow so much as a person this year. And she's a leader who's quiet, and she leads by example. So this year, my award's going to Lila Harper.
Gabby, just thank you for being a wonderful person and student. Good luck. Thank you.
So I love teaching 8th grade media literacy. We have lots of fun. We get to talk about some serious topics. We get to show a creative side. But Summer, what a huge change from the year before, where Summer was sort of in the corner quiet. I got to hear a lot of what Summer has to offer, particularly very articulate and vocal when it came to social justice, and very creative and artistic and vocal when helping others. So I really want to say I appreciate Summer, and I wish you the best.
Oh. Thank you, Related Arts. Oh. Ready? No. No?
What? Yeah, it's good.
Okay. All right, thank you, everyone. Let's move on to our next topic, our next subject. So our next teachers made sure that you provided a strong thesis with evidence to back it up. And let's make sure that we watch our grammar around them. Let's welcome our English teachers.
I am very pleased to give my award this year to Chloe Yo. I always love when my students can teach me something new, and she taught not only me a lot of new things about the books we read this year and our world, but she helped share that wisdom and knowledge with her classmates. So congratulations, Chloe.
I would love to give the award to all my students because you all grew as readers and writers, but this year's award goes to Ruthie, who is just, if you know her, you love her. She has the kindest heart, and she's a great reader.
My English award goes to Kelsey Anderson. Beyond being an excellent fiction writer, Kelsey is creative, kind, and a friend to everyone they meet.
Thank you, English teachers. So this next set of teachers not only taught you about linear equations, but they can most likely do your taxes as well. Please welcome our math teachers.
So I'm presenting my award to Sanjay Nanan. Anyone who is in his class knows that he could probably lead the class if I was not there, and if they had a question and I was busy, he was the person that they always went to. So congratulations, Sanjay. My math award goes to Ben O'Hara. I know you're going to do great things, Ben.
So of the many talented math students I had this year, Jenny Wang gets the math award. She had almost a perfect average all year long, ending with 100% for this term. She has a talented passion for math, and she always works so hard and maintains the high standards. So congrats, Jenny.
All right. So our next set of teachers build, create, destroy, observe, and hypothesize for a living. Please welcome our science teachers.
It's a real pleasure to award the Science Award for the Green Team, although many deserving candidates I'm sure that everybody knows. Every one of these teachers could say, we could have picked so many people, but Emily, you are what the definition of quietly competent. You are an amazing writer about your science, and you really understood all the material incredibly deeply, so congratulations.
All right, so the White Team Science Award goes to Aryan Shah, not only for his impeccable CERs, because we all love those, but also because he holds himself to a very high standard. He connects science class to his experiences outside of the classroom, and he is a hard worker with a strong desire to understand the world around him.
So my science award this year goes to Devya Batra. She has an amazing work ethic. I can have Devya work with any student because she is kind-hearted in addition to working hard as a science student, always doing above and beyond work, which should do and aspire to do work. So I was so impressed with her this year. So congratulations, Devya.
All right, so our next set of teachers taught all of us our rights and responsibilities in our society. So please welcome our civics teachers.
So the white team civics award goes to Sharam. He leads by example. He has an excellent depth of understanding, and he is also always willing to do the should-dos and aspire to do's. He sets a precedent for the rest of us. Sharam.
Hi, everyone. The Green Team Civics Award goes to Shannon McKeon. She's a polite, friendly person who works well with others. She asks great questions in class, and she just really understands civics really well. So congratulations, Shannon.
Good morning. I wanted to give this to Lila because I can count on Lila for three things. I can count on her for her hard work. She works all the time. I can definitely count on her for participation. She's, one of the strongest participators that I have. And I also can count on her for her politeness. Not only does she say thank you as she walks out, as many students do, but she also always tells me to have a good afternoon. And that's what makes it a good afternoon. So, Lila, I just wanted to say to you, I hope you have a good afternoon today after you leave, all right?
Thank you, civics teachers. For our next awards, so while our world has felt much different over the last couple of years due to COVID, there are a few students who have taught us to never give up. So let's please welcome our teachers from each team who will share the Determination and Character Awards.
If we could have all of the team teachers actually come up here to present these awards, that would be wonderful. These awards are given to students on each team. That's why we wanted to bring everyone up here, but we will have a selected speaker. Go ahead, Guy. Thanks.
All right. This award goes to Jonah. It's his first year here at Hopkinton Middle School, and he has taken on more than people know. Incredible work ethic, Jonah. And you are a next level writer. I can't wait to see what you do with that. Come on up. Next we have Jezzy. Jezzy, you are one of the most compassionate people that I know. It has been a privilege getting to work with you this year. I can't wait to see, I'm gonna cry with that one. Jezzy, thank you for sharing everything. And John.
Okay. Thank you. The Green Team is honoring two students with the Determination and Character Award. First is John Murray. And John is such a true friend, and he is such a hard worker, and that's shown, we see that in his work and his sportsmanship and the way he excels in track and field. Congratulations, John. All right. And secondly, we'd like to honor Ephraim Baxter, who is an absolute wealth of knowledge when it comes to films and so many other things. And it is amazing to watch this fantastic mind make connections, and it shows in his sense of humor, his quick wit, and his play on words. Congratulations, guys.
All right, everyone, let's move on. Learning another language is a huge asset and accomplishment in life. My hope for all of you is that you continue learning more about that language that you are studying, as well as the culture that surrounds it. So please welcome our world language teachers.
So my award goes to Kaushi. She is just an incredible kid. She is never afraid to speak in Spanish, try new things. She's inclusive of everyone in any class, and she perseveres through every challenging task with a huge smile. So congratulations y buena suerte, Kaushi.
So my award goes to Sasha for her incredible resiliency and her stubbornness to learn to perfection, both in Spanish and on stage and in music and in song. So thank you for giving me a run for my money.
The French award goes to Kira, who unfortunately I do not believe is here today. But Kira comes into class every day with a big smile on her face, immediately speaks French to me, and she has a great love for this language and the culture. So congratulations, Kira.
Thank you, teachers. So learning English as a second language is one of the most difficult things that you can do on this earth, especially if you are living in a brand new country. So please welcome our presenter of the ESOL Award.
Thank you. Yes, I teach students for whom English is not their first language, of which we have many here in our school. But some students come from another country, and I mean, you can just imagine how difficult that is, coming to the country and then also coming to school and having to learn everything in a new language. So my award goes to Hinako Ohashi. Her first language is Japanese, and she comes to class every day, and she does a wonderful job. Here you go, honey. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. All right, so we have a few more administration awards. The first one goes to Mary Sahakian. Mary always brings a positive and friendly mindset. She perseveres through challenges and sees the bright side of everything, and she greets everyone with a smile. Congratulations, Mary.
The Principals Award. Kaisha, you're receiving the Principals Award for being a positive force in the school. You are always thinking about ways to improve our school community, and you go above and beyond. Congratulations, Kaisha.
All right, Jesse, we already have Jesse. I know we already did, but feel free to say some things, sure.
Okay. Hi,
The 2022 Women's Club Endeavor Award goes to Jezeline Vittoria, a student who has demonstrated hard work, grit, and determination during their middle school experience. She can be described as polite, respectful, and friendly person. She is mature and is respected by her peers and teachers. Jessie has involved herself at HMS notably as an Ignite leader, mentoring 6th graders. It is a Women's Club honor to present you with a certificate and a $100 check for the Endeavor Award.
And Jessie, your name goes on the plaque that will be hung in the school. Congratulations. This plaque will be hung in the school. Congratulations.
And here you go. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You can clap for Emmanuel when it's his turn. So as you guys know, across the office, we have the Student Spotlight display case. We put up names and pictures from all 3 grades about every 6 to 8 weeks. But it's my honor and pleasure to award the overall Student Spotlight of the Year, and it goes to Emmanuel Pesos, who, by the applause you have given, he's made a great transition to Hopkinton Middle School. He joined us from Brazil in September, jumped right onto the soccer team, and has made incredible progress. His teachers say nothing but great things about him, and we're going to wish him well as he's moving down to Florida. So our gain for a year was tremendous, and thank you for joining us, Emmanuel.
So this year's Progress and Potential Award, a little outside the box, I know, goes to Avery Perkins. The amount of progress that this kiddo has made from an academic, behavioral, and social standpoint over the last 3 years has been remarkable, and I think this kid has a great potential to kill it at the high school. So Avery Perkins. So the 2021 Best Buddies Award goes to Zach Owen. He's been a 3-year member of our program, and I know he's going to do a great job continuing on the Best Buddies program at the high school, and I'm just really proud of everything he's done over the last 3 years. Come on over, Zach.
Thank you, everyone. Before we move on, I just want to take a moment to say hi to all the people that are watching at home. So if everyone in this audience can turn to this camera over here and please wave, say hi to everyone at home.
Say it loud so they can hear you.
All right, thank you, everyone. So I would like to call up the next few students. We have a few speeches to give. Can I call up Caitlin Wilson, Nayeli Rivera, and May Chen. You have it right here. May, why don't you come on up?
So, our time at Hopkinton Middle School has come to an end, and because time moves so fast, I would like to reflect on the past rather than look into the future. In the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Ferris says, "Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it." I viewed our middle school experience like a blank notebook. It was up to us to write our own stories. One of the beauties of the past 3 years is how we have all created unique and shared experiences. For us, part of that story is being a middle schooler amid the COVID-19 pandemic. I still remember going home 2 years ago in March, thinking that the little break from school would only be a few days. However, those days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and before I knew it, we were 8th graders. And now we're here, about to be high schoolers. When I was thinking of what to say to all of you, I came up with a list of 5 things we should remember. 1, failure. On the bus ride home while writing this speech, I thought about how I had just lost the position of vice president, a position I put my heart into. Failure is something we all know as middle schoolers, and trust me, we'll know it better as high schoolers. But the most important thing is to not let that failure keep us from getting back up. Irish novelist Samuel Beckett once said, "Try again, fail better." It is not the failures that will define this class, but how we react to them and how we allow them to lift us up instead of bringing us down. 2, I bet you've heard at least once that our generation are snowflakes. Maybe it was from your parents who've had to hike 5 miles every morning and afternoon to get to and from school. Or maybe it was from your older siblings who say you're lucky that you aren't burdened with responsibilities. But that's not true. The truth is that our generation has had difficult things thrown our way too. We've survived social media bullying, racial injustice, political fighting, and to top everything off, a pandemic. We've survived it all, and we will continue to persevere through these obstacles that come our way. We are not snowflakes. 3, be uncomfortable. Growing up in this world, we have seen its injustice. We have fought for diversity, equality, and inclusion at our school, and we will continue to fight for these causes at the high school. However, obstacles like racial injustice, gender inequality, and climate change are still out there, and they make us all uncomfortable. But despite that, we must work hard to change them. Uncomfortableness is what causes innovation. It serves as motivation to create change and progress. When you're comfortable, you don't do anything. You don't feel like anything should change. Learn how to maneuver your way through these problems that make you uncomfortable, and use discomfort as a path to growth. 4, don't lose sight of who you were and who you are. This year, many of us turned 14, and I'm sure many of us still felt 13. This is because 13-year-old us is still a part of us. Our past shapes who we are today. As we move on with our lives, we have to take time to reflect on who we were because those are our roots. We haven't changed, we've simply become more. 5, life cannot be scripted. Some mornings, I wake up at 6 and prepare for the hectic day. I make sure to double check everything. Then I board the bus only to remember that I forgot to bring my instrument. No matter how hard you plan, sometimes you'll make a mishap and fall short. Life is largely improvised, and our story arc will be shaped through our setbacks and success. Our time at Hopkinton Middle School has taught us how to get back on our feet, to move forward, and to adapt. With that, my list of 5 things we should remember comes to a conclusion. I'm sure this is common knowledge, but in life, especially in the next 4 years, we will face many challenges. What gives me hope through these challenges is us. With our beliefs and ambition, I believe we will shape the future. I believe we will make this world more peaceful, more sustainable, and more equal. It is time to start a new chapter in our notebooks, and wherever your life may lead, just know that this community will always be here to uplift you. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Very first slide.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
All right, now I want to just this. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
540 days, or 32,000 hours, or 1,944,000 minutes. That's how much time I've spent attending Hopkinton Middle School, not including the after-school help sessions or the unpurposeful roaming around the school halls on early release days. The past few months of my middle school experience have been the same. 1, get off the bus and begin to walk up a hill that always smells like cow manure. 2, arrive at the side doors and say the repetitive good morning and thank you to Miss Chatton. 3, walk down the opposite side of the building and turn right to the auditorium doors. 4, enter the auditorium and scour for your friends and try not to make direct eye contact with the ones who aren't friends with. 5, get through the rest of the day. Hopkinton Middle School was a place that people have discovered their identity and a place they will cherish forever. And in some ways, Hopkinton Middle School has provided me the same. But the more dreadful memories are the ones that have stuck with me the most. Like the times my hands have been sweating all day leading up to a hard math test, and the hopeless feeling of being a failure and a disappointment. In October of my 8th grade year, I had taken my first math test of 8th grade. I walked into the math classroom with my blood pressure skyrocketing and the feeling of sweat dripping from my hands. As I took my seat, I looked down and saw all the green privacy dividers on the desk, thinking that green can never be my favorite color again. Out of all the things I could have been thinking about, I tried to come up with a new list of my favorite colors. My math teacher started to pass out the test, and I just sat there in silence, listening to the crinkle of paper and the thematic tapping of someone's foot. That afternoon, my palms began to sweat like they always do when I'm nervous. I cannot stop cracking my knuckles, wondering if I was ever going to get arthritis. The answer is no, if you were wondering. As I make my way scrolling to the end of my power school, I see a C- as my overall grade. I felt as though I was sinking below the surface of Earth, slowly getting consumed by all the things around me. Then I saw the F next to the assignment labeled Unit 1 Test. I was at a loss for words. How could a straight A, high honor student fail any test? I couldn't stop thinking about what had happened from 12:28 to 1:14 this morning. I kept making up excuse after excuse as to why I had failed my test. Now looking back on it, I'm glad that I did. I was finally able to realize that my mental health solely relied on my grades to the extent I could not function if I hadn't performed exceptionally in all my classes, which now I know I had been setting myself up for failure. These unrealistic expectations that I'd set for myself were simply making me feel even worse. By the end of the first term, I had an 81% as my overall grade. I can say that I still struggle with a lot of anxiety that centers around school, and the feeling of wanting academic validation will never go away. But I want people to know that it is okay to feel that way. It is not okay to dismiss those feelings and to not acknowledge them because they are valid. Accepting these feelings is the first step in the right direction. People aren't asking if you're a straight A student, they ask about the journey of how you got to where you are. Once I stopped and looked around me, I could tell I was drowning in a sea of anxiety and bad relationships. But acknowledging these negative things allowed me to change them. I just needed to take the first step in the right direction. If you were to ask me 241 days ago, if you thought I would be able to make it through 720 days of high school, it would have taken me a second to answer. Now, as I make it to the final days as an 8th grader and a middle school student, it would still have taken me a second to answer the same question. Anxiety will never go away. It is a constant challenge that is being faced by approximately 19 million people, and it is different for all of them. But distinguishing and accepting your negative traits is the only way to manage and overcome them. Your grade does not make you who you are, but the challenges and experiences that you continue to face every day is what defines you. We are all continuously evolving, and each day you have a new opportunity, so make the most of it.
Hello everyone, I'm Nayeli, and welcome to one of the best days of your lives, the final day of middle school. Obviously, there are parts that I'm thankful for, but leaving middle school feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders, at least until I remember I'm going into high school. On a more positive note, in my 3 years of middle school, there are so many experiences that have shaped me into who I am today. Some good and some bad, which makes my final days of middle school so bittersweet. I think that we can all agree that middle school is something that's left us all impacted and that there are so many things that we have learned. One of the greatest takeaways for me would be the importance of staying true to yourself. And yes, I'm well aware of how cheesy something like stay true to you can sound, but it is such an important thing to remember. Middle school really challenged so many people's integrity, and everyone becomes so caught up in what others may think or want or feel that they begin to lose sight of what truly makes them happy. So take a moment to reflect. Have these few years truly changed who you are and how you portray yourself? What will you be doing in the future to better yourself for yourself rather than for the pleasure of others? Are you doing what makes you happy? I know a lot of people can say that they understand how you feel, and I bet your initial response is the same as mine. How could you understand how I feel when you're not me? And that's totally fair, but I can promise you that however you feel or what you're going through, I've probably either felt that way or been in a similar situation. Which is why I find it funny how we all try and act a certain way for certain people, when deep down we're all pretty similar. I can pretty much promise you that we've all faced certain situations such as stressing over a test or quiz and worrying about our grades. We all feel pride when we succeed and disappointment when we fail. My point in all of this is, why hide and avoid who we truly are when we're all human beings with hopes and aspirations? Going back to the whole be who you are, I'd like to end by saying, whatever you do in the future, make sure you do it for yourself, for your own happiness, and for your own mental health. Prioritize yourself. I look around, and before me stand so many people that have grown into new, confident versions of themselves that I truly admire. And if we will be celebrating anything today, we should be celebrating how far we've come and all the great things that we'll go on to do. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Can we give them one more round of applause? That was awesome. Thank you. So little did you know, we actually gathered a number of pictures of all of you, from parents, from students, from teachers, and we wanted to show you a video of appreciation to culminate all of your experiences here at HMS.
Ryan's here. Is Ryan Choquette here? Yeah, awesome. I want to say thank you to Mr. Dodge for helping to put this together. So if it's really good, you can thank him, and if it's not, you know.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days.
Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror, so foggy, but I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me, and honestly I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything, so I'ma just keep buying everything. See you in the next life, have to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight, gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an x-ray. What's wrong with me? I just feel weight pushing on my chest and it squeezes till I suffocate. Better change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that I'm alive and have better days. I could walk, see, hear, I should celebrate. Think I could change my mind, maybe elevate.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days.
I'm kinda stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I work hard or live at my pace? You're only young once, yeah that's all great, but I also want a future where I'm okay. Living life is doing lots of cocaine. Wait no, it's living with no shame. Wait no, it's sleeping in on Sundays. I guess it's different for each of us and that's okay. Well I just wanna be happy, how to get there? Glad that you asked me. I think it's different for everyone. Some of us need work, others need fun. Some of us need purpose to overcome. But try to do what you love when it's said and done. Cause there's so many differences in each of us. Trust your gut, it can show you what you want.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head, I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test, I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion, even though I offer all of the solutions. I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless, I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? Then will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me?
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I don't lie at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
Step 1, wake up early, gon' rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, fuck everybody, just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dodge. Okay, guys, so we are going to be dismissing you by team.